Welcome, fellow armchair generals, or should it be welcome back? I'm not sure, because we're starting World Ablaze over again. I want to give this mod a fair chance. I'm really liking some aspects of the mods, others less so. And I just thought, yeah, should I go back in time from where we were last week, a year or so, and replay some of that or whatnot? But they've also released a new version of the mod, 5.5. So I thought, what the heck, let's just give them a fair shot, fair hearing. So let's restart back to that. Invade Sweden. Not at this time. I'm not saying we won't invade Sweden, Toyjet. I gotta keep you on the hook that someday we'll invade Sweden and you can get your schadenfreude out against all the Swedes. Yes, someday. So, yes. Before we get too deep into this, of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. You'll also find a link below. You should. May have not included everywhere, but I'm trying to include it. Link to our Discord server, which did start to as sort of a multiplayer for Hoi 4 functionality, but other stuff, way to interact with me, way to interact with each other. So, hey, you can always check out our Discord server. And so, yes, help Finland achieve Nordic unity. Finnish is the best Nordic language anyways. Yeah. Yes, okay. Okay, economic changes. We're going to take a look at this a little more carefully this time. Government laws can now be given weekly penalties. Okay. And this is just seeing if there's fatigue is a new system, right? Focuses. Okay, I'm ready to play now. Well, let's look at changes to industry. Military and civilian factories have their output halved, but in return, you get double the amount of said factories. For most nations, naval dockyards, military factories. Okay. To accompany this, max civilian construction count is 20 for each project. New resources have been added. Bauxite, coal, aluminum, smelter uses. Okay, yes, I remember all of that. Okay, I wanted to focus on that. Last playthrough, it seemed like... Okay, a little bit of an evaluation here. Oh, yes, okay. A little bit of evaluation. It seemed like I was constantly chasing the need for artillery, particularly just regular artillery, but also heavy artillery and other things. And I don't think I was overly building units. I don't think I was. So that is a real consideration. What is Toyjet? Specialization. The color of Poland. This mod. You do. Okay. A bit more intense than in Villa. Not too much. Yeah. I don't hate them. This is truly a nitpick, you know, minor little whatever, but I'm, especially zoomed out like this, I'm not terribly in favor of these colors. I mean, they're not terrible. They're not like, oh my god, I can't play it, the colors are terrible. Nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. But, yeah. Why do we have... Is there a quick way without going... Because I know I haven't changed that we want historic or NATO markers with this. Yes, a restart. Hello. I believe Korean name. How you doing? Sorry, I don't read Korean. Change the view on that. Oh man, because I have it just set for the NATO counters. That's what I read. I don't like big helmets and tank thingies, but that's just me. Okay, so the important bits and some of the stuff I didn't do last time. Well, we're gonna start with Rhineland. Get that going. Now, for research, and they said they have the output and double the number of factories at start. But what I don't think they've done, and is doubled the speed of building factories necessarily. So that is an element that retards your growth. Something over here I think I need to do. No, okay. This is, of course, an added complication to the game. Disperse support. Oh boy, do we want more organization? More soft attack, I think. I'm torn with that between this and Black Ice. Okay, Black Ice. I really love Black Ice. There's, in my last playthrough of Black Ice, which they made updates and changes. One, they reduced the trade range limit, which keeps Germany from trading with Romania. That is a bad thing. That is an easy fix to go in the defines EULA, and you can easily manually do it and increase the trade range back to vanilla standard. So, and vanilla standard is basically set up so that Romania can reliably trade with Germany without sending ships, all the way out and around. Just trade directly. Fairly minor thing. The other thing is, and Eri here, no, was it Eri? No, no, it was IKB. Sorry, gonna attribute something to the wrong person. IKB had Colonial Rebel admit who's one of the devs for Black Ice on one of his streams. Is my major thing is that they were in 42 and they're basically at the start line of the invasion of the Soviet Union. So in my opinion, they basically made the Soviet Union uninvadable. So unless that's fixed, that rules out Black Ice, because you'll just set up with some sort of forever war that you may be able to push a little ways past the start line, but you don't get very far. So until they fix that, now maybe they've already fixed it last week and I haven't heard, because I don't follow things that closely. That just, no matter how good the mod is, unless you really think, World War II needs to be a forever war with the Soviet Union while you deal with the Western Allies. It's their mechanic to make it difficult to push deep into the Soviet Union might make sense when you were, way deep here, but doesn't make any sense when you're, right on, invading what had been Poland and whatnot. It makes no sense there. And it could be, if it could be done to be nothing here, a little bit difficult here, and the deeper you get, the more and more difficult it is to move supplies and whatnot. That would be okay in my mind. It might not be perfect, but it would be okay. Now the restart that I've had, and if those that were here last week, and I've put up, I still have one more video left to do, is twice I invaded the Low Countries, and both times I got massively stalled out. Now I was warned by the devs And so that my, well, let me just come here. Oh, here's maybe where we change the marker. That's right. Is it default symbol? Yeah, there we go. Default symbol. There we go. That's what I want. Default symbol. The A device is nice, but I want default symbols. Is that this, and I did improve it some, is a bit too weak from the devs, even though they have some limitations here. So I'm taking that into account. So I got stalled out. Hey, OCB. On my invasions into the Low Countries, and I was also warned that my air power isn't enough. So yes, my inability to invade through the Low Countries into France is a problem. Now I've determined, because the French army, just historically, many of you already know things like this, but and just can assume it, the French army isn't all one thing, meaning there were sort of professional units up to, I think, divisional size that were made up of professional soldiers in France, meaning they're not draftees. They're not people that are there for, a year or two in the army and then leave. They're long-term service careermen, and they're going to be better soldiers, better trained, better organized, better motivated. And then there were hastily raised reserve divisions that, they had, if you do a historical start and they have a major delay, which I don't like, between Poland and going into France. And the delay is, if you can see the other thing, I rant about it a little bit, but I guess I'm evaluating this now. It's sort of a delay set up to match history, in the sense that when Germany invades Poland, they don't expect a war with France and Britain. And so they, invade in the fall into Warsaw and take it, sure, and have to wait the winter out to go after France, instead of invading in spring, attacking in summer very quickly. There is no, other than, hey, bad weather, bad time to attack, there is no great reason that they needed to wait all the time, and this mod builds in that wait a little too heavily. So they both have problems. I don't have a but if you can get around the production capabilities here and get an army set right, maybe this is going to be better. Exactly, I'm 2 province deep and have already, supply problem. Hello, I'm going to butcher your name. AJ Galskov? I'm sorry, I'm butchering that. But so that's a problem with black ice. Modders, and I can include myself in that, often come up with really fancy ideas on how to, we do it this way, and implement it, and it just doesn't quite work out as well as we hope. And I am doing well, OCB. Okay, so let's. And the other thing is here, and again, they said they doubled the factories, and I'm just believing for most nations have the output. Needing to build so much steel and aluminum factories. Maybe also okay, let's look at our trade. We right now have more or less enough. Okay, so I'm going to start with spamming in military ICs, get this stuff going. Very good. You just got home delivery pizza, I guess. Okay. Very nice, toy jet. Okay, so that will get that going now. From past experience, let's get this up with artillery, some support equipment, some heavy weapons, and because of warnings about aircraft, of course that will eat into our resources. And let's go 5 times and add another one there for once we get expansion. Okay. Yeah, no, we have no units in training. Very good for you. I like maps. Maps are always, I've always found them to be cool. And just from what he's saying, what Toy Jet's just saying about his tasty pizza. I just in the last day or so found a map that has pictures of pancakes from around Europe, different countries, what they consider a pancake. I just had pancakes for breakfast a few short moments ago, so that's just sort of that. And I like all kinds of maps. So we will increase this, yes. We don't need to sit here. Now, once we can, the one thing I was worried about was setting up, pushing through to more efficient economies because of this. I still think they've not convinced me that this is a overly useful thing. The only thing I can really see that this is terribly useful for is if you were setting the mod up to be long-term peacetime Germany with lots of military production, and then they have a good point. But because, it's like as if we were going to play, I don't know, EU 20th century, and well, what if Germany waits until 1950 to start the war, and they're just building all these arms up, and all the rest of the economies are just going along on civilian economies, not building up arms? Yeah, Germany would be uber powerful. Well, yeah, that would eventually wreck the economy. I agree. But that's not what happens. So, yeah. I don't think I want to move it faster than this, but try to keep things flowing. And there's also another mistake I did last time through, is go down or go for autarky too soon, I think. I pushed that, which... Okay, remilitarize the Rhineland, great, okay. Okay, well... Luftwaffe innovations, 4-year plan, 28 days. Proclaim the Axis powers. $35 days. Oh, one thing I didn't do is this. Focuses. We go through the naval production. And those watching, just so you know, I'm really sort of planning this playthrough as a look at World of Blaze mod, so I'm not going to concentrate too much on naval stuff. Just basically see how the mod goes before, thinking we need to dig too deep into stuff, so I'm not going to maybe focus too much on the naval elements. Well, I guess we can start the 4-year plan sort of early. See where, yeah, abandon autarky. No, we're not going to go down that continue autarky. This here I really object to. So I object to this event. I think this is just wrong. But we'll start this here. Yeah, watch our border be a Grenzwatch, or however you pronounce that. Now to get some of these events firing, we will need to build up our army some. So how is our... okay. Let's... and we'll add a unit. No, I don't do that. Hit that. Okay, we'll start with that. Now here, let's see, we need more support. Okay, to get that pushed up, let's get him going early. Watch these poles, make sure they don't do something tricky. Okay, more military factories. We're all right. Well, we're burning through this pretty fast this time. Okay, again, it's already happening here with... okay, support equipment, heavy infantry equipment. Or heavy artillery, okay. Let's do more support up here. Let's do 2 more support. And another heavy artillery for once that comes available.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Befehle. Ausrücken. Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken.
Okay, 4-year plan, good, nice.
Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken.
Okay, Point Hermann Goering. Yeah, army experience. We'll do some. We'll get this going. a bit faster here. Because I am really accepting that maybe I just didn't have strong enough divisions for the invasion of the Low Countries. So we're going to see about doing that this time. Well, I don't know. It's going to use up resources if I start putting production into ships. Subs or whatever. Plan Z, nope, not this time. Hey, Plan Z is for once you have everything else working well. I guess I should say. Once you have all other units working well, all other categories working well. Okay, we need more tanks. As I suspected we would. Let's pump in some of that. Didn't you learn anything from World War I there, Toy Jet? Germany with a big fleet is not overly useful. Okay, so now we're going to come to Goering. You did not. Well, that is apparent. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Let's try to play this game this time again. Oh, it's here. Well. Now I'm just going to pretend that you're just trolling the chat and me, and not an actual idiot. So yeah, okay, just need bigger ships with thicker armor. That's it. Oh, of course not. Never would you do that. Now we're getting to where I'm thinking we will grab up a factory full of resources. Okay. Point Hermann Goering. Okay, Hermann Goering works massively. Just, I guess, like last time, I was avoiding some of this stuff because of economic sensitivity, but I've been advised not to worry about that too much. Okay, so you really just want me to go down the road that you're an idiot. Okay. Okay. You can be an idiot. Didn't we have... Oh, need to scroll up. There we go. Military factory construction speed plus 10%. That's what I was looking for. Okay, well... Oh, well, that's basically getting us nowhere. There we go. Well, I don't know why I keep doing this, because I want to see what we need. Okay, we just deployed some divisions, a couple of them here. We're going to want to crank up the divisions, so yeah. Artillery, we're doing okay-ish this time. I think more light infantry equipment and just more support equipment. Okay. There we go. And continue the spam. Okay, Hermangeringwerk, yeah. Steel mills, yeah, we could use that, so we'll go with that. Oh boy, another name. Chitel? I'm sure I'm butchering that, sorry. Okay, radio detection, very nice. All of these going research now. Yeah, let's get better fighters. Okay, now because we've been doing all of that, we're gonna get some more steel mills from the event. So let's do one of those. We're going to need some synthetic refineries, so I say we build two now. That will get us our steel. Okay. Nazi economics. Continue autarky. Arbiters front. Okay, repairs. Yeah. We're going to go down some of this, but we're going to avoid this until the war starts. That really messed me up. Okay, groceries, during research bonuses. Yeah, we'll do the 14-day one first. Oh, and we have completed, well, much of our I guess this is the best sub currently that we have in production. And oh, for some reason we have not nearly enough iron. Uh-oh. Um, okay, we don't need all of this, I guess. There we go. Makes up for some of that. I'm going to slow this up just a little bit because this is quite honestly becoming a bit of a pop-up. Okay, celebrate the Olympics. Yeah, let's do this. Couple of fuel silos. I'm not sure how much. Okay, currently okay. We may be able to change that soon. What are we not building that we might like to build? We don't even have a production line open. We got trucks, got AT. Okay. Well, we got scout cars, which we could expand. We're not going to build any of those big things. Because we're not planning on invading Norway, and I understand they're only required if you're invading Norway. Hey, USA man. Well, okay, we can quickly, just because being stalled out in invading France, the last two released episodes, I think you were here for some of the gameplay. And instead of just going back a year or so, since they've already released a new version of the mod, I just figured I would start again and give this mod a fairer look at things. Okay, so let's do that. That's sort of in short, because I already sort of gone into it in a bit more detail at the beginning of this episode, which we're going to come. Okay, we're going to be building a lot of aircraft, so let's put on one more, and then more armaments. Hello, Crazed Tim. How you doing? Hope I'm getting that right. Okay, let's continue to dominate the Dutch trade. USA oil purchases. 90 days. Foxhole tank units. Armor bug fix. Okay, we'll do that now. Okay. We've celebrated the Olympics. Yay. Formed the Waffen SS. We've not yet hit the Spanish Civil War. Yeah, let's do that. Well, we're still in 36, so I don't really want to jump to 1937 technologies just yet. Okay, well. Get our economic team roaring here. Now, okay, so we have all of that logistics needs, so let's add unit, add unit. Because these things are happening. Don't know if any of those are useful for us right now. Up for a challenge? Well, I don't know. This is so far challenging me enough yet. Figuring out how to defeat France. Okay, let's... Ministry of Labor. For better wages, stability, factory output, consumer goods up 2%. I don't know which. We have manpower. Well, with this mod, I'm a beginner. This is the World Ablaze mod. Well, let's try better wages. Another submarine. Oh, well, no, I'm not looking to try a save game. Okay, rubber.
Achtung! Ihre Befehle? Ausrücken!
Yeah, let's get the Panzer II in development. Okay. Let's come back over here. I really think some of the things that they do here. What? Yeah, let's get that going. What were the Volkssturm? They were. It's basically a catch-all phrase for various mass-raised people's militia. They include, I mean, it's all kinds of things. They include the SA that was still very much around, in 1945. They include like Allgemeine SS units, and they include just basic random citizens, or trying to mass motivate every citizen, and at least male. And a lot of them, of course, had World War I experience. Older men by 1945, because they may have been 25, 30 years old at the end of, may have been that old at the end of World War I, of course. So by the time you get 20 plus years later, so you got all these people that are just mass raised, and it just any sort of person they can put into the organization or put into the militia. Okay. What is new here? Nothing really. Okay. It's really a desperation move, obviously. But, okay, we're going to get through some of that a little quicker than others. Well, we've done that. Okay, well, we're going to end this episode, not the live stream, so everyone here can just hang loose. But those watching later on YouTube, I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. And if you haven't already, please post your questions, comments, suggestions below. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.